Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the AMHSI High School in Israel JNF radio station, sponsored by Giselle and Eli Ben-Dor here in Hod HaSharon, Israel. We want to welcome two very, very special guests to campus today. We have Marc and Ellen Kelman, who've joined us all the way from
Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix, Arizona. Marc, if you could just speak a little closer. There you go. All right. You don't do this every day, do you?
No, I don't.
It's okay. Neither do I. But we learn. We want to welcome you guys. And you guys are here together with, what is it called? The billion-dollar mission?
The JNF billion-dollar roadmap mission.
So this is Jewish National Fund's billion-dollar roadmap mission. This is for everyone who gives $1 billion a person, right?
Exactly, at least. One or two.
Exactly. But really, it is an amazing initiative that JNF-USA has undertaken to impact not only Israel, but the Jewish people across the United States, and of course here in Israel, where you guys have joined us on the mission. So it's really great to have you here with us today. We're just going to jump right into it. Marc, when was your first time here in Israel?
Sometime late in my high school years.
High school years, and in what capacity? On your own?
No, just a group mission.
A group mission?
A student mission.
Student mission. So you were in high school, student
Yeah.
mission. And what was your takeaway? That was your first time, right?
Yeah, and then, but probably the most meaningful time was the first time Ellen and I came as a couple in our late 20s.
Oh, wow.
And it was a national leadership mission, and we started off going to Poland first, and did the concentration camps.
Oh, wow.
And then came to Israel, and that's what really made me understand the necessity to have a Jewish homeland.
Which was what?
Seeing what happened to the Jews during the Holocaust, and the importance of why the Jewish people have to have a Jewish homeland.
And Ellen, was that your first time as well?
My first time was in my 20s when we went as a couple, and if you can imagine getting off the plane in Poland at about 20 degrees below zero in February, and then getting off the plane at 75 degrees in Tel Aviv.
Wow.
It was definitely, the mission was called From Darkness to Light, and so much depicted what Israel is all about.
So what is Israel all about to you?
You know, Israel is just vibrant. It's exciting. It's beauty in its flaws. It's not perfect. It's kind of just like everybody says. It's that jewel in the desert that just it just resonates. It's people. You know, before I left on this trip, people would say, "Israel, why would you go there now?" And because when you're here, it's always the same. People go about their daily business. You feel safe here. You probably feel safer here than a lot of places in the United States.
That's a very good point. When I went to Chicago a few months ago, and my friends here in Israel were like, "Oh, aren't you scared to go to Chicago?" I said, "Why? What's going on in Chicago? You know, Israelis maybe know more than I do." And then it's like in the U.S. where they say, "Well, you live in Israel? All right, at the end of the day, you know what? Life is much greater than just ourselves."
It is.
And I think that's the experience we have here, is that we're part of something great.
It's important to come. It's important that people from the United States come and show that solidarity, we're not afraid, we still want to come and spend money here.
That's right.
So I think that's important.
And so that wasn't your last time, right? Your first time clearly was not your last time.
Right.
You kept coming.
Right.
And so, people go away, I say, people go, I'm going to go to Mexico this year. And then next year we're going to go to Ireland. Or we'll go to they go, every year pick another country. But why come back over and over again? You've been here before. Isn't that enough?
Sure. It's important to come back over and over again.
Okay.
It clearly draws you. Once you've been to Israel, you have to go back. There's a pull. There's a gravitational pull for you to come back, and there's always something new to experience and new to see.
Phenomenal. Marc, you came your first time in high school. And what kind of program was that? Was that just
a student summer type program?
So if you look back,
he was wealthier than I was. We couldn't afford that where I grew up.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Phoenix, Arizona, kind of the other side of the tracks.
The other side of the tracks?
The only Jew in my high school.
Okay, so you know what it's all about as well. That's right. So Marc, if you look back on your first visit here, right, and where you are today, and this current visit here, how do you capture that experience? What have you discovered? What have you revealed?
Well, I think it's night and day, because I've been coming for the past 16 years that I've been involved in JNF, I've been coming at least once a year, sometimes more often, because of my involvement on the national board. It's terrific. You say, why do people keep coming here all the time when instead of going back to Mexico or going to another foreign country? Because this is our homeland. And because I have the vested interest in Jewish National Fund in Israel, I come every year to see how our projects are doing. I come to visit you at the Marcs School, to see where our money is going that we donate every year, to see how JNF is helping the Jewish people.
You know, you mentioned JNF, and they're really phenomenal organizations out there who are doing great work. I mean, right, and some of them are partners of JNF. Why JNF, though?
You know, I get asked this question all the time, especially by my donors back in Phoenix. And I like to start off my 30-second elevator speeches. There's no other Jewish organization that touches the daily lives of every Israeli citizen like the Jewish National Fund.
Wow.
And if you have another hour, I can keep going right from there. How from the moment an Israeli wakes up in the morning and uses the bathroom and with the water that JNF has helped provide, goes and sits at the breakfast table and eats the produce and the vegetables that JNF has helped through research and development farms, help the Israelis learn to grow, and the home they're living in through the communities that JNF has helped develop and build right through the rest of their day. That's what JNF is all about.
So JNF marketing, I hope you're listening here, because you have your elevator pitch. JNF touches the lives of every facet and everything having to do here in Israel, whether it's community development, right, people, human resources, education, as we are here on campus. Anything you wanted to mention?
I just think that it's important for everybody, no matter who you are, where you are, whether you're Jewish, not Jewish, that you leave a mark on the world, and you strive to make it a little bit better than you found it. And I do that with what I do professionally. I do that with what I do in a volunteer way. And I think that that's what adds that quality and that peace to your life that's important.
That's amazing. You mentioned, leaving the world a better place. You've actually done more than that. You've actually infused, I should say, your daughter with her role and involvement.
Yes.
What is she involved with at JNF?
Our daughter is involved in the JNF Futures program.
JNF Future? What is JNF Future?
It's a program for young people between the age, I believe, after college to 40.
Mm-hmm.
And
like a young professionals division.
Young professionals. And JNF is reaching out to them to bring them into the family now and make them understand what is so important about having a homeland and to make them feel the connection.
Phenomenal.
And our daughter is currently the national vice chair of the Futures program.
So she's just not any member of a chapter.
We're very proud of her.
Wow.
And our son has been here as well. He spent about 6 months here volunteering with Sorel.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think we're just that typical Zionistic family,
I mean, how that it was typical and that everyone would be doing the same, because what you're doing is not just leaving your mark by supporting and joining an organization like JNF and being so active as you are, but literally also making sure that the next generation is prepared to discover and forge its link in that line of Jewish continuity. So kol hakavod, that's really inspiring to hear and to know. And I actually know your daughter, and she really is wonderful, and she is a leader. And it is obvious to all of us meeting you that she has some wonderful role models. So thank you for everything that you do. My last question to you, is Zionism still alive? And what is it to you?
And well.
And well.
And living even in Phoenix, Arizona.
And what does it mean? Right? Everyone's asking that question. What is Zionism? What does it mean today?
I know it sounds like a dirty word in some areas, but to me it's impassioned and it's exciting and it's not. Some people view it as very political. I just view it as that passion for Israel, that love for the land and the people and the going forward.
Phenomenal. And you?
To me, it's building the homeland, building the Jewish homeland and keeping the Jewish people alive and strong.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, we want to thank you once again, Marc and Ellen Kelman, for joining us here on campus, being so supportive of all that JNF is doing here in Israel. Your voice in Israel, that's the tagline, right? But it's not just a voice, it's action. Yes. It's taking action and involving ourselves with all that's happening here. Thank you once again. We hope that you come and join us here at the AMHSI High School in Israel.
Thank you.
And on our radio station. Oh, thank you very much. We try our best because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that there is a next generation prepared to carry the mantle that you have forged. So thank you for all that you do. Am Yisrael Chai, and we hope to see you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.